Welcome to Girl Problems, a series where If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. Girl problems. Welcome to Girl Problems. I am Danielle Bayard Jackson, a certified friendship coach. This is a short series where I drink a cup of coffee while I answer one of your DMs. That's it. That's the show.
All right, let's jump right in with this week's message. It says, my ex-best friend sent me a message like 3 weeks ago asking to hang out again to reconnect. I got really excited and said yes. We came up with a date, a time. She ghosted me. I can't begin to explain the pain I felt. I'm going to bring it up in therapy, but wow, your work is so important. Friendships can be so hard to navigate.
Wow. Okay. I have questions. The first is you say ex-best friend. I'm naturally curious as to how long ago did you guys terminate the friendship? 2, naturally, I'm also curious about why things ended. Maybe my main question is, what was the purpose of the reunion? Did you all set any kind of intention? I'm curious about the nature of the meetup. And then finally, have you two spoken since? I mean, I guess you say ghosting, so I'm assuming that means she didn't come and you haven't spoken since, but that would be helpful for context too. Now, if we were in a coaching session, we'd unpack those questions together. As a coach, I can't give you answers or tell you what to do, but simply offer things to consider as you determine the path that's right for you. The most important step right here is to get clear on what it is you want. Reconciliation, closure, or an opportunity to say your piece, opportunity to be heard. Since this situation requires the participation of another party, a factor that we can't control, we have to focus on the part of it that you can control and find a way to be okay without that friend playing a role. If you were looking for a reconciliation, which means we kind of get back in each other's good graces and we can be civil again and we come back together, you have to find a way, it looks like, to be okay without it. And I don't think this makes her a bad person. I think it speaks to her capacity to reconnect and reconcile. But while she figures that out, you have to find a way to be okay. So instead of waiting to see what she will say and kind of having the ball in her court, which can leave us feeling, anxious and restless, the first thing I want you to do is try using language that's in the past tense when speaking about the relationship. I know sometimes it's hard to move on because a part of us is still hoping, still wondering, we're doing replaying and rehearsing. And one way to move on is to stop yourself whenever you find you're talking about the situation in present tense, and start to train your brain that it's over by using past tense language, and not in a bitter way, but in a grateful way. So that might look like saying, it's sad that we can't pick up from where we left off, but when I think about it, we had some really good times together, or that friendship really served me in the season that I needed it most, or I'm happy for the friendship that we had. And even if you're not totally there yet, there's a lot of power in language, and I think it'll start to prepare you mentally and emotionally to move on with some kind of closure. If most of the disappointment lies in the fact that you had things to say and you feel like you never got your chance, you can still say them. Why not email her in a way that's not accusatory at all, and to say something simply like, hey, I'm really disappointed that we weren't able to get together. I wanted to share some things with you, namely, and then share whatever that thing was, giving a little bit of grace and the benefit of the doubt by ending that email with something like, I'm not sure why you weren't able to meet, but I at least wanted you to know this, know that I think of you often and I wish you the best. That way you can have some release in having said your piece. If you feel like that makes you too vulnerable or it's just something you're not comfortable with, I still suggest writing it out, reading it aloud, and perhaps you don't have to send it, but at least you kind of have created the visual and opportunity for saying what's on your heart and surfacing some of the messages that you really want to release with closure, peace, and gratitude that you've created for yourself. But I feel for you. That is the absolute worst. If you are having a girl problem of your own, send us a DM on Instagram at friendforward. And if you're looking for community and connection as you work through your girl problems, you can 1, binge the Friend Forward podcast, 2, join our group coaching membership where we have weekly lessons and virtual events, and 3, book a private coaching session with me where we can unpack things more fully. You can sign up for that at betterfemalefriendships.com. Until then, I'll be rooting for you always on your ongoing journey toward better female friendships. See you next time.